Oh. Okay.
You can
It
do,
looked like it went on a different one
yeah, you
too.
can do up to 8 channels. But I'm saying, I'm gonna start letting people know, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our YouTube Des and Yah, not my YouTube one. All right. Also, to of a way of announcements, I'm gonna give out a personal announcement. Again,
I was
I am
about to
doing
say.
a prophetic class, and it's called Prophetic Protocol. Okay, so you need to register for it. I'm actually gonna send out something. All of my Patreon students, I have a special thing for you guys too as well. I'll be sending it out to you all concerning that class. You guys will be infused into the class. But those that are new students, again, you'll need to go online, go to our website, not our website, my website,
Okay.
DesmondEWiggins.com. All right, go ahead. You can give up any
And way
corporate
of other
announcements.
announcements is if you have not registered, there is still time to do so. Desandya.com. Go ahead and register
What do they
for
register for? Okay.
our winning marriage getaway. We would love to have you join us. And again, if you have not followed us on YouTube, go ahead and follow us so you know that when we're live, because we do get people saying that they don't know when we come on Facebook, and I'm not sure how long we're going to be on Facebook before we go to YouTube. That was one of the things that that's one of my questions. I don't even know. It's not my night though, so I won't bring it up.
What's your
But
question?
one of the things I was thinking about is like when you think about Facebook and YouTube, like which one do you prefer? Because it's so funny. Like I was
It
watching
all
something
depends.
on YouTube the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is nice watching on the TV, right?" Compared to watching on Facebook, because usually on Facebook, I'm on my phone. But like
Right,
when
that's what
I'm,
I'm saying. YouTube, you can watch on
here,
TV.
I'm looking at the TV, and it's just I don't know. I'm moving more towards YouTube, y'all. I think the only reason I like Facebook in a sense is because you can engage, I guess, a little bit more and talk to the people. Um, I guess a little bit, a little bit
Yeah.
more. So, but I think that that's cool. But that's one of the things I was thinking about the other day. I'm not sure. Let us know which ones you guys prefer regarding YouTube or Facebook. I don't think there's any other social media avenues you can watch on, really, that's
Yeah.
kind of known. But let us know which one, because we see some people on here get on YouTube and get on Facebook as well. So I'm not sure, but I'm starting to lean towards YouTube for certain things. But I guess Facebook is more so like if I'm not at home, then I'll watch something on Facebook. But I feel like when I'm at
Can y'all
home
hear
or if I
TV in
have
the
a minute,
background? I hope y'all
oh
can't
yeah,
hear
can
that.
y'all hear that? Because we got visitors here down here tonight.
Turn down a little bit more for me.
But we are going to. We're not gonna tarry the time. We did our first few minutes and our welcome. So whenever you
All right.
ready, or if you have some other announcements or anything
Now,
else,
how was your weekend
my
so
weekend
far?
so
This
far.
Sunday, I'm looking forward to it after church because first time I get to like go to like just relax in a while, a long while.
Yes, last week we had 7 to 7. On Monday, I was tired. I'm sure everybody was because I thought
Oof.
I was gonna come home and relax last Sunday, but y'all know we got kids, so we had to kind of get everything ready for the week. So that was, but it was well worth it.
Yeah,
Well worth it.
it was absolutely. I'll say this too. I don't have. So my weekend was interesting because I am done another wrestling season. It is.
Woo. Oh no, I'm
Chris,
saying good for you for having another wrestling season.
I mean, that's was a clap. You know, the
Oh
goal is
well,
to
I
get
thought it
somebody in the
was.
states. I
Uh,
was very proud of the way Kenny did wrestle. He wrestled hard with his
but I mean, he was
injury.
almost at states. That's
There's no almost at states.
it is. He was almost at states. He
No, he's at
wasn't.
regions. That's not
Okay,
almost at
that's
states.
so. If he would have won, he wouldn't have went to states.
He had to win 3 matches.
Okay, but would he have gone to states if he won?
Uh, okay, I wish Andre was on here right now because what you're saying, that's like going from regions to states is a totally different level. It's not like you're
It's not at the
almost.
beginning level though.
There's
It's
only
not
two
like at the.
levels. It's not like it's you.
But when
Everybody
you
goes to
first start,
districts.
what is that? That's regions. You start in regions.
Everybody goes to districts,
Do you
sweetie.
start in regions?
Just stop. Just stop. Because you sound
Yeah,
you
y'all. I
sound
don't.
you
I don't
sound
know anything
ridiculous.
about wrestling, but
That exactly that. There you go.
I'm asking
You know what I'm saying?
questions. You're not answering. I
No,
said
you're
you
not
start at
almost.
regions.
No, you start districts, but it's only
Okay,
two
but then you go
steps.
to regions.
Correct.
Okay, so the next is states.
But it's not that simple. It's not that simple.
What I said was
You said
just
he's almost
boom, boom,
there.
boom. Yes, because that's the next place he goes, right? States, right?
Child, they
Or
take
is it
4
something?
out of 12, but
I'm
it's
not
not like.
asking about all of that. What I said was after regions is the next thing states. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so he was almost there. Thank you.
No, that don't make
I'm not
sense.
talking about how hard it is or
But
anything.
you're
I'm
not
saying,
almost there just
I'm
because it's the next step. It's only 2 steps. That's like
okay,
saying.
but so what? He wasn't at the beginning.
So then I guess
So
my,
he
my
got to
guys
the
my
next
guys
step.
at districts was almost there then too because they only missed
No,
one
because they were
step.
on regions. They
It
still
don't
didn't go
matter.
to regions.
They only missed one step, so they almost
But
there
they didn't go
too.
to regions.
Yeah, just don't say nothing that you don't understand, please.
I'm asking a question.
I'm answering it. No, and you keep answering. You're not asking questions because you keep making a statement after I
Because
say it. All right, let's move on to the stuff.
anything,
Let's move on to the stuff we're here to talk about. Okay, let's not talk about nothing that doesn't make any sense. All right, so don't forget about that pizza.
Oh.
See, I know that I know. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for her to get back. But before I do that, again, like I said, long weekend again is regions. So actually, I went to. Let me tell you how interesting this is for me for regions, y'all. And when y'all on here, just say hey. All right. With regions, we have in New Jersey. There's 8 regions. Okay, if you've never um, been a part of wrestling or anything like that, there's 8 regions, and there was a Region 7 and a Region 8. Now, Region 7, what my team had to go to, or the one wrestler I had left had to go to, was about an hour and 25 minutes away, okay? Which didn't make any sense. This year, the Region 8, that we alternate back and forth, our school does, between Region 7 and Region 8. Region 8 this year was literally walking distance from my house. And I was highly disappointed because I wish we was in Region 8, but we were not. So, the woman of God is back here. Are you ready to go? You ready to rock and roll? All right, we still ain't got nobody saying hi to us. People keep getting on and off, and they're not saying hi. At least say hi to us, all right?
They're gonna try to watch it later.
Yeah.
I'm about to block it.
So, all right. So tonight we're doing. Okay, we usually do like we always explain this. Right? We do like a pre-talk or something, and sometimes we do what's called our top 10. So tonight we are doing. We're doing a top 10 tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. So here we go. Top 10.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
hey,
Beatrice.
hey, preachers! That wasn't a threat to tell people to stay on. You can get off. You ain't gotta stay on like that. We're just messing around. So, but good to see you though. So, tonight we're gonna have a conversation. But before we do that, I like to do something fun with my top 10 tonight. All right. So our top 10 tonight is something fun. And our top 10 tonight, again, she doesn't always know what these are, but I'm going with the top 10 is your top 10 Disney movies. Now, here's the reason why. Today we went to go see. Tonight we took our kids to go see, as you just heard in the background. Dream just yelled it out. We went to go see Mufasa, which was actually pretty good. I love how they gave Mufasa a back story. That movie was really like prophet. I mean, it was really heavy tonight with Rafiki and all. It was heavy. It was heavier to me. It was more heavier than the original Lion King. Like there was so much going on.
Yeah.
From the backstory with Scar, from just backstabbing and it was a lot happening, man.
I like
Rafiki.
how they connected even something small like the grabbing of the paw. Like,
oh yes,
in the movie. I was
yes,
like, that is so.
they did
like,
that twice.
Yes, the way they
that was crazy.
connected it was so cool.
Yes, because
so
that's how you end up eventually. Like now, later on, I'm gonna grab the paw and I ain't gonna pull you up.
Right. Exactly.
Then later on, I'm gonna yank. Oh, that was.
Yeah,
that was grand.
Has anybody else?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say no more.
Else? Oh yeah,
You shouldn't say no more than I see it. But yeah, it was some little things.
Watched Mufasa? Have you seen the movie? It was pretty good.
All right, so let's go to the top 10.
Our daughter kept asking about seeing it because I don't even think we were gonna go.
Nah, we weren't gonna see that. We were gonna
and she kept asking me. I'm glad we did.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It was good. So top 10 Disney movies. All right. So each of us probably gonna do 5. So you go first. All right. Top 10 Disney movies. Go.
Top 10 Disney movies. Um, I am going to. I mean,
Which is number one? Let's go.
number one.
I mean, just go with
I'm
one.
trying to think of.
Or you got to see.
Oh, I
That's
don't have to
why.
go. I don't have to go in order. Just any order you're saying, because you said number one.
Okay,
So I
Dream.
wasn't sure.
Just go. See, that's
Okay.
why you should have the list before, so you can give us some good. You don't even know what you're
Oh,
about
well,
to say.
I mean, you could say yours.
No,
And
go
I'll think
ahead.
of mine.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I need a moment to ponder. Let me see. Disney. All right, hold on. Let me see.
That's why I said I should give it to you beforehand with these, not with the conversation, but with
I
these.
say you can go ahead and say
I'll
yours
go
first
ahead.
if you
My
like.
one of my number ones is Robin Hood. Okay, I
Yeah,
know
I
most
like
people don't
Robin
care
Hood.
about Robin Hood, dang, but I loved when they used those animals. Robin Hood, Little John walked through the forest, and all that. I would watch that movie religiously when I was a kid, all the time. Okay, that was just like cream of the crop for me was Robin Hood. Now I got more, but that's just my original. Okay, I'm gonna start there. Robin Hood. Go ahead, you next.
Okay, so I'm next.
I got two more in my head.
So I'll go with a Goofy movie because I did used to watch that a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
So I'll go with that. That's fine.
Goofy movie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got another one for y'all. This one right here, I loved it because it was so real. And it was like, I just loved the idea behind it was Zootopia.
Oh, that was
Zootopia.
Disney?
Yeah, Zootopia is
Okay.
Disney, I believe, right? Am
I'm
I am I
not
am I
sure.
right? Is Zootopia?
I'm not
I'm
sure.
about to ask.
I just
Is
was.
Zootopia Disney? Let's ask and make sure I'm right about this. Yes, it is. Zootopia to me was so real. Like it was just the whole dynamics of understanding the story and like how they had the predator and prey and all of that. It was really blending like how we look at each other, and it was like it had so much adult content in what we were looking at when we saw that movie. So that's one on my list. Go ahead. You got
So
another one?
I'm gonna have to go with Mufasa. I really did enjoy that
Dag.
movie. I really did enjoy that
You,
movie. It
you
was
your
good.
brain just went with the last thing you saw, huh? Mufasa? That's what you going with? Okay. Reason why or no?
Cause I liked the movie. That's what I'm
Oh
just saying.
God. Okay, I got another one. I guess I like the ones that have like adult kind of layout. I like Big Hero 6. If you've ever seen
Okay.
that before, that movie, yes, that movie. You know what's funny? When you have Disney movies, it was always like no realistic. Like everyone just lived, everyone just did. Like in Big Hero 6, like the brother died early. They had a few people die in that movie. And it was like real intense. Like the younger brother felt that he didn't want to go to college anymore. Like I think the realistic side of things happening that are not always just. I'm not saying I'm a, but it's just first time you ever see something like that in a Disney movie where it was like felt like it was real life. You know what I mean? Like and it just everything just connected. The storyline was great. So Big Hero 6 is a big one for me. All right, what you
Okay,
got?
Big Hero 6. I'm gonna go with uh as y'all can
We have
see,
five now. Go ahead.
I'm
See.
looking at
All right, she's
looking up
struggling. I got another one for
movies.
y'all. It's on top of my head. Inside Out, the franchise,
Oh
just
yeah,
Inside
that
Out
just
one
came
and
up.
two. That
Inside Out.
franchise is
Yeah, I
just.
liked Inside Out.
I think it's great. Just the dealing with emotions, all that. I thought that was really good. All right, go ahead.
Um I can think of my favorite movies. I'm trying to
Okay.
think Disney is what's throwing me off because I
Oh
don't
my
know. I
Lord,
don't know if
help us
Sing
today.
is Sing Disney. That's not Disney, is it?
No, that's
I love that movie Sing.
Sing is not Disney. Sing is like I think it was like Universal or something.
So I'll go with the
I
Black
should say
Panther.
10 animated movies. Okay.
I didn't even know that was Disney movie until I was looking at the
I was
movies and
staying
I
more
saw that.
animated, but yeah, you can go there. That's fine. That is
Okay.
Disney, so you're right. That's fine. That's fine. We'll live with that. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with I had someone else in my mind too till dreams started like disrupting me. I really like
Mufasa.
Ratatouille. I know that's not like, but for me, I really like that movie. Ratatouille. And then what else you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Monsters Inc.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one. And
I
Monster
enjoyed that
University.
movie.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
Monsters. Actually, I think I like Monsters University more than
Me too.
Monsters
Me
Inc.
too. Go ahead, Dream. You can do my last one. Go ahead. What you got?
Um, hmm. Snow White?
Okay. You don't even. Has she even seen Snow White?
Have you seen Snow White?
Yes.
What happens to Snow White? No, okay, we'll say that for later. Okay. Last and final one for me is The Lion King. You
Yeah.
cannot like.
That's
I know we went saw Mufasa, but Lion
I was gonna
King
say.
got to be in the mix because of the fact of what? Yeah,
So
yeah.
Lion King, I did enjoy Lion King, but it was just kind of like sad. Where
That's realistic.
I
That's why I
know,
like it.
but that's probably why it's not like my top. I think it's a good. I mean, I'm glad I saw it, but I think I only saw it
I
once.
should never did this when somebody down here.
Okay, Dream, you can say mine since you said one for Daddy.
Go ahead. What you got?
um. Hmm.
You got one, so what you raise your hand for? If you got one, then go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's
Moving
not
on.
two.
Okay, we did that already. Okay, cool. Oh, you know where I jacked up at? I'm sorry. Last one. Toy Story 3.
Okay.
That's life. Okay, but
Yeah,
let's keep
Toy
going.
Story 3 was really good.
Yes, Toy Story. All right.
That was
All
good.
right, let's go to our real conversation tonight. Let me take this down. All right, that was quick. So, I'm going to tonight conversation we're going to have tonight is going to be again, we've been talking a lot about relationships. What did you do last week? It was
Um,
good.
fr- uh,
Don't bang into my camera. Go ahead.
Jealousy and Friendship.
Okay, that was good. I thought that was very, very good.
That's what we talked about
We talked about
last.
that last week about you can't. How can you, or can you be friends with someone if they're jealous of you? So tonight, I'm not gonna stay in that vein. I'm not gonna do a friendship. I'm gonna go back to relationships again, and I'm going to deal with something that came up when I was just looking at different things and different things to talk about. And since we're talking about relationships and how they work, how they function, one of the things I will say is I couldn't imagine. I just used last night. Last night I had to. Last night I stayed um, out where I was at as far as regions, and so with that being said, it's made me think about the fact of how people, I don't know how people do this, right? I mean, I'm married. I don't like being away from my wife, especially for like long periods of time. Typically, even when I have to preach or minister or go somewhere, 98% of the time she goes with me. Like I think maybe one time recently you didn't go with me when I went to Apostle Charlie's. But typically you always go with me. If I'm going out of town, if I'm going to Chicago, North Carolina, Maryland, it could be anywhere, Virginia. It could be anywhere that's if it's outside of the of just she going with me, right? Because I just like to have my wife with me, right? So one time, let me see this real quick. One time, oh you can pull up on your phone, right?
Oh,
That's good.
sure.
Um, so last night I was away, and my thing is I couldn't imagine being in a long distance relationship. Okay, my question or my conversation tonight is about like if there is anyone that gets on here, like I wonder how does that work, and then like what are things that are put into place that make sure that that stays or it's operating the way it needs to operate. All right. Oh yeah, that
Hey,
is picture. Hey
Katrina.
Katrina.
We didn't see your the
Yeah, see your
comments, so
comments are
just
right
now I
now.
just pulled them back
Yeah.
up.
So long distance relationships. I my thing is
She
like
said, I've
how
never
does
heard of the
that
ones you're mentioning. She said, Mermaid, Beauty and the
Oh, that's
Beast.
old
Are they
school.
Disney shows? Yeah,
They are.
Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. Yep.
Um but there are people that like I know some people that like they will have long distance relationships for like a year, 2 years. Like how long is too long? How far do you think is too far? Like what I just always just think about the dynamic of how do people make that work because personally I could never make that work. Like and I actually have a kid in my school who's actually dating a girl in Las Vegas. Has been for a while because they used to live here, but then they moved about a year ago, so now they still are dating. Like seriously dating. And I'm like, man, that's good for you. High school? Like that's rare air. Um, maybe it's because technology makes it easier. Y'all can see each other face to face. But I think it's just a unique dynamic to do with that. So, like, my question is, could you do that? And then the question is, how long could you do that? So,
Oh
for
yeah,
example,
we didn't have FaceTime. I don't think in college.
mm-mm, mm-mm. Man,
Just think
we
about
have
something.
man high school. I was talking to somebody about we passing notes.
Right.
These kids be snapping each other
No, but
pictures
we
and all.
had cell phones in college, but not FaceTime.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, my question is like, Do you think that is feasible, or how do you think that works? Always, always land on what is the purpose of dating? Okay, that's true. What is the end game? So, could you be in a long distance relationship, and then how long could you do it?
A long distance relationship.
Yes.
Um, so I was actually in a long distance relationship a long distance ago, like a long time ago. Um, I do think it's an interesting thing.
How long did that
Now
last?
I wouldn't. Now, like, I mean, the same thing. Like, as far as like you being like, I'd be like, oh, like you be going for a little. I'm like, oh, I miss you, you know. So it's different now. But I guess before, you said how long did it last?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so it was a little bit different because it was like military.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, it came back and stuff. So probably like a year and a half, maybe. Um, and then yeah, let's go all into that. Yeah, probably about a year and a half. Um,
So, was it the distance that made
as
you call
far
it
as the
quits?
distance.
Was it distance what made you call it quits?
With me, yeah, it was a lot. It was when I was in college. So it was other things going on, and it just wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know how detailed to,
No, I'm just saying, was you dating
detailed to
somebody
go.
else?
I wasn't dating anybody else, and they still wanted to work, but it just was like, it was like I said, it was a lot going on. I wasn't dating anybody else, but there were people that were, I would talk to and stuff like that. So I never wanted to do the two people thing or multiple people thing. So it was just like, nah, let's kind of just break this off so you can do what you gotta do. I can do what I gotta do. But it still was like they would still contact me and everything like that. But
But she said, I'm too old to
it
have a long
just
distance relationship.
wasn't. But
Hey,
now, yeah, like now
hey,
it's like
Anissa.
I don't know because I think it's interesting because it's like I think like Katrina, I think it does depend on like what the basis of the relationship is and
True.
trust. And I think now, like back then, we didn't have FaceTime and stuff, so like it is a little bit different where you can do it, but it's kind of like I mean,
So,
it seems like when I think about it, it seems
so right now,
difficult.
I think, well, so this is the thing too. Right now, like, I think it'd
Hey,
be more difficult too
Anissa.
because for our situation, like number one, I think it'd be difficult because of the kids. Like, I think that would be frustrating for you, of the managing everything in the house and all of that. I think that when you're younger, if you're single, you don't have children and all those things, that
Oh,
then it
I'm
could be a
sorry. I didn't
different.
know you was talking about like me now, like with you being in the wrong. I didn't know you
No,
talking
I
about
was
like.
just throwing it in there as a
Oh,
nugget. Like
okay.
I'm saying, like sometimes people may struggle with that. For example, like my nephew, who now actually lives in Korea. Like he's basically he comes home maybe for like a couple months, but he's always in Korea because he teaches out there now. But he was dating a young lady in Korea for like 2 years before they actually had face to face contact. But I think because of his age, his love for that kind of culture and wanted to move out there from since like the end of high school, he always wanted to move out there. I think that he had the intentionality of going out there and actually meeting somebody anyway. So I think that he was just kind of sewn into it because he's like, I'm going to be going out there. I know I want to live out there. So I think the dynamics of like what, like, as Trina was saying, like, what's the end game? But at the same time, too, as well, like, how does this work or does it work well? So I think it's just each his own, but it's about like where you are in life and what you desire and what you want out of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, and I think it's about how dedicated you are to the person too. Like for instance, it happens where we know it happens all the time where couples, like especially with like military again,
Yes,
like where you
that's
have to
a.
be gone for like a long time, but you're already committed, to it. Not to say that that makes it easier though,
But see
because it's
that.
still difficult because y'all invested time and you're used to being together. So it's like a different animal compared to like if we started off like this and we're used to like, okay, I know you're gonna be like I think people might get accustomed to that in a sense compared to when you're used to being with somebody all the time and now it's like, oh man, like you're nowhere, near close. Like I think it's a different animal.
Lika said I couldn't do it. I feel some sort of separation anxiety when my husband would have to go to a men's conference or something. I can't stand it.
Yeah, I can't now. Like, yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think yeah, it's wild because we're talking about like Africa, like what we gonna do, like all that, like so it's just a wild. I think like the other part of what you just said too, though. I think it's about time invested too. Like if you dating somebody for 3 months, right, and all of a sudden they're like, all right, I'm up out of here for like another 3 months. I don't know, like it depends upon what the connection or how well y'all feel like y'all were connecting in those 3 months. Like if you've been with somebody for 5 years and all of a sudden they gotta go somewhere for a month or two, or they're gonna be out there working, they're gonna be coming back and forth. I think the investment oftentimes determine how if you can handle long distance.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you initiated from long distance, then y'all actually went into it from an idea that
Right.
this is long distance. But if you were together for 4 or 5 years and all of a sudden now I got hired with this job and I want to move, then it becomes like a place of decision making. Like, are we moving together? Do you want to stay out here? And then I think the investment will determine sometimes the commitment, like how invested I am in you and how invested you are in me. Because sometimes people don't want to start over, and I'm gonna say this too because I'm taking it to a whole other place now. Is that sometimes people are scared to start over. I ain't talking about married folk. I'm just talking about people that have been kind of connected for a long time. I think people are scared to start over because they look at how much they've invested, like to one another or for one another,
Yeah.
and then they're like, I don't know if I can start over. Like they look at that like invest in my time, and then sometimes that could be the mistake too when people do hold on when they shouldn't have hold on because they need to go ahead and break, but they're looking at their investment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
I did have something to say, and it just like kind of
Left
while
you
you was
out.
talking, it was like do 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 do.
I hate when that happens. That started happening to me
Walking
too.
away, and
Walking
I'm
away.
like, dang,
Yeah.
because you talking, so I'm not gonna be like, oh yes, so it's
Yeah.
just funny. But
Yeah, like if I had to leave for like 2 months, I mean, you're gonna be like, okay. I mean, you're gonna be upset, but you'll be okay because we
yeah,
invested.
yeah, I'd be like Ruth and Naomi, like wherever you go, I'm going. So you gonna feel me right on your leg, tag along. You get in the plane, I'm in the suitcase, like nah.
So if I go to
No.
Africa for 2 months, you going?
If you go to Africa for 2 months,
Yeah, you going?
so it would be about the kids.
But you know what's
Can't leave the
funny?
kids here that long.
But let me be honest though. That's why one of the things though. Let me just use this. Let me just
What
throw this
is
out here.
that?
What is what?
That seems like gum or something.
I wouldn't even say long distance. It better not be, or somebody gonna be in some trouble. I wouldn't even say long distance.
Child,
I
is
would
that
say.
gum?
I think so. It smells minty. I think it's gum. Yep, I think that's gum. Okay, somebody gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
So
Once we
anyway,
get off this line.
I think it's interesting because there are like some like preachers, like there are preachers who have to. It's not long distance, but they
just
do a
mental.
ton of traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind. I don't
Oh,
mind
Lord.
traveling. I just want to be traveling like 300 days out of the year, especially like being married.
Right.
Like to me, that's almost like a long distance relationship. Even though I might be coming home once or twice a week, like if I'm running all the time, and that's why some of my friends they stay single because they ripping and running. Like I got the hallelujah. I got
Right,
to be with my
Beatrice.
wife and I got to be with my kids and all that. Like that's just like me. I don't know. I'm not saying if God says, okay, this is the season you're gonna do this, I'll be like, okay, Lord, but can I just come home or can I be like on that like, all right, our kids getting homeschooled or something like for a year, we running and ripping together or something. Like I'm not for the long distance, even like that kind of long distance of being gone all the time. Like I have people that are other professions. Like I have friends and even family members that are in college football profession, and I ask them like, how do you stay married? Because they're always on the road recruiting, depending upon whatever level they're at. So they'll leave their families for like 2 weeks on end, come back home for 3 days, and then be gone for another 2 weeks, like on a consistent basis, like 7 months out of the year. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do that.
I don't know if that's biblical. The Bible say cleave. Cleave, that means hold tight.
Is that what you was gonna say?
I'm
Now I
messing.
came to
No,
you.
that was no. I was just thinking about that when you were saying it about like, that can be a lot, and it can put a strain on relationships, especially if like just one thing is just off and comes out, and then it's like, all
Oh
right, wait a minute,
yeah.
I don't know, like
Yeah,
it could
boy.
easily put a strain,
Yeah, because it's
in a
not.
lot of situations.
I agree.
One of my
I
friends
agree.
goes to Africa for
That's
two
loud,
months
y'all.
every year. Guess she's used to it
You keep
now,
on
but the
hard, wall.
FaceTime helps. The time difference is interesting. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's crazy because it
What's
is
he
a
say?
time difference. And Beatrice, I understand completely with that, like with the time being invested and how sometimes it can keep. That
Jesus.
is a whole nother top. It can keep you locked in. But yeah, that's a lot. Like every year for two. Yeah, and then just imagine like when we didn't have FaceTime. I know it's good now that we
Oh,
do have FaceTime, but just imagine how
Jesus.
crazy, that is. But I think some people can do it and some people I think it's like that's another thing it's almost like to each its own.
Right.
Because it can be a lot. And like I said, especially when you're used to somebody being around, right? Like it's just like, okay. That's a interesting thing.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know nobody that wants to do it. There are some interesting people though that do want space, but I wouldn't want that kind of space based upon a relationship because if you're in a relationship with somebody, you you are relational. You guys are in community, connection, all that. I don't understand the dynamic of like not wanting to be around one another. Like, well, I'm about to get into something a whole other
I know.
animal.
I
I'm
think I
gonna
know
leave
where
that
you're about to
alone.
go.
What you know, I was about to go too, right?
What vacation?
Yes,
I mean, you
yes,
can because you was this
yes.
was the topic. But, we try, hey, y'all. We
Yes.
trying to elongate the conversation
No,
because it's
cause
like
no, cause here we go. Long
we
distance.
finished.
I know, right? I should do a little better tonight. But anyways, long distance. Um, like I said, I like being around you.
Right.
So like for me, and I'm not knocking these
Same.
things. I
Same.
know people that
Yeah.
do guys
Of
trips.
course
I
not.
know guys do girls trips. I have friends that do them all the time. Like,
Right.
but I that's just not my flow. You know what I mean? Like me and my cousin always talked about like going to like Duke, North Carolina for a weekend for a game or something like that. But for me, like when I go on vacation, I want Mona Me to be next to me.
Yeah, we
You know what I
gotta.
mean? That's
You
just
said if
me.
I wanted to talk to someone I couldn't see, I talked to God.
Right,
Yeah, we,
exactly.
we
Cause see,
definitely, yeah, it's like that's a to each its own because everybody can't handle that, and some people need to be. But yeah, for vacation, yeah. I mean,
who spelled my name like this?
oh, somebody spelled your name wrong.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess
That's it tonight. I ain't long tonight.
that's our conversation. I'm trying to think. Did I have a short one the week before? Or that was you last week too, the
No,
short
last week
ones.
you did a good one. You did the whole
No, no,
Johnson
no. I
thing.
mean before that. Or was that
Um,
you short again? That's the second short one. Gotta come up. Sorry.
I guess I do gotta come up.
But we do get on Saturdays at 9:30, so we want you guys to join us. I love to get away. The preference is him there, but if not, I'm still going. That's such an interesting thing. I always think about. Like I always think it's. Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of go into it a little bit, and then we'll get ready to get off. But the conversation about just like going on vacation by yourself,
Shh.
like how. I mean, that's just interesting to me. Like for me, I feel like I'd rather probably not go. Like rather than go by myself. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm sure some people do that. Some people enjoy it, but it's like me. I think I like to talk to people and like to talk to someone. So it's like and so we can do stuff together, laugh. Different stuff happens. I need my partner there with me because it's just fun. And that's the same thing with like eating by yourself. Now I have eaten by myself before.
Where
But it
at?
was just like it was like at Panera. That's all I was just gonna
Oh,
say.
okay.
It was like at Panera because I was doing work. So you know how
easy.
everybody when they go to Panera, they have their computer and stuff. So I was doing work. So I think I kind of fit in. But like to actually go to like a a Capital
I don't know why I
Grill,
was thinking same thing
or
with
Eddie, what is it, Eddie V,
Eddie
something like
V.
that, to kind of eat by myself. It's like, because you kind of want somebody there, like we need to conversate. I mean, I always think it's interesting when people are sitting alone somewhere, and because a
My
lot
uncle
of
do it
times they
every
just be
week.
they just be like this, or it just looks uncomfortable. But it's probably just because I
Some
don't
people like
know.
eating alone because they don't
I
like eating
think
in front
some
of
people
people.
do, yeah.
They don't want
I
to eat in
mean,
front of a
I
person. Like,
understand. So I think some of you may know, some of you may not, but I was very well. I'm still kind of very bad germophobic. So like when I would go out to eat with people, I don't like when people like talk when I'm eating because
I remember somebody
they
was
just
going
kind
on.
of, when you talking and I'm trying to eat
Food
and your
might
food
fly a little
is
bit.
coming this way, your saliva drips is coming this way. It took Jesus to actually help me with that because I used to literally put like the menu up,
I used
or
to
I
do that
would
with
put some
cereal.
paper up or something so that like when they talk, it's not going by my food. Even like waiters and waitresses, like I don't like when my food is just sitting there waiting for somebody to pick it up and they're having a conversation over the food. It's just like different stuff happens, but to see it is a little bit different than to kind of know it. I don't know, but I'm a little bit interested with that with that part. Oh, good, Anissa, I'm not alone. Thank you.
What's up,
Hey
T?
T. Thank you. I thought I was alone, but yeah, I don't. I'd be like, let's just eat. We don't have to talk right now. We just want to enjoy our food, but you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And I think sometimes in a subtle way it probably happens because I'd be like, okay, or I'll kind of move my food back or seem. I remember when it happened with somebody
Yeah, I know.
too.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Oh gosh, you don't have anything to say about that?
Nope.
Okay, I was trying to elongate your conversation, but hey, I guess we are done for
We're done tonight.
tonight.
We done tonight. I appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you, God. Lord, help me. That's why I cook and eat at home. Yes, 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 yes. Yes,
If I
yes.
see spit, I
Do
don't
you
care
soak the
where it
silverware?
went. I'm not
Yes,
eating.
yes, yes, I do. Soak the silverware. So what we
Lisa
do a lot
said,
of
if I
times
see
is
spit, I don't care where it went. I'm not eating.
I love it. Yes, we do soak the silverware, but most of the time we'll ask for plastic utensils.
Oh yeah, we always get plastic
Um,
utensils.
but some places don't have that, and
Unless
then
we at like
sometimes
upper
y'all know how you
echelon
get
place.
the plastic utensils. You call yourself asking for plastic utensils, and you be trying to cut something, and that thing just break. So some things you do need to soak, and we will soak it in the hot water, and sometimes if you add a little lemon, that helps too. But we will do that sometimes. I think the last time we were asking for hot water, and I forgot why the lady thought we was asking for it, and we was like, "Oh no, it's just a soap." I'm trying to remember what she.
She thought we was trying to get hot water drinking, like people
Oh
drink, put
yeah, she
lemon
was
in
saying
it.
people drink the hot water. And we're like, no, we just need to soak this
Yane.
silverware because I will never forget this time. The man of God here told me that he was at a restaurant and the guy took his knife, like a silverware that they
Go
give
ahead,
you,
go.
and stuck it in his cast and was
Oh,
scratching the knife. And after that, I said, I can't, because people are, that just is so like. Can you imagine what is in that cast? And he just took a knife and put it in there. I mean, sir, it's not your own knife.
plastic.
That just y'all, that just did something to me, and I'd be like, every time I think about that. Let's see. Yes to the plastic. All my friends think I'm strange. Yes. No, you got to. Because some places you go and they'll be like, oh, yeah, we don't have plastic utensils. Or they'll give you the plastic that's not wrapped. And you be like,
Oh no,
I
that's
wanted the
annoying.
wrap because your fingers probably was all over.
Exactly, that's
Yo,
annoying.
we got to pray real hard when we go to the restaurants. That's why, like Beatrice said, yes. I prefer to be home and eat and everything like that. But of course, sometimes and it's just, it's crazy out there. I really have to
It's
like
crazy in these streets.
try not to think about all the things that's going on that we can't see behind the scenes. Just like with the straws, when somebody like takes a straw, like they take their fingers and they put the straw,
Oh no.
like a straw in your cup,
This should
like
be your top 10
the
right
open
now.
the open. That could have been the
Pet
top
peeves.
10 top 10 pet peeves.
The food of restaurants.
Right. They put their fingers on the straw where you about to put your mouth. Ma'am, sir, we did not ask for your fingers all over where we're about to sip like that. I just don't understand it. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. I don't understand when it comes to restaurants and places we go out to eat. Jesus bless it. I just pray hard and keep it
You're a hard
moving.
person to please at restaurants,
I'm
though.
done. I am not. So he's saying I'm a hard person to please at restaurants because I like my eggs scrambled well. Like I like them brown a little bit. I do understand that everybody cannot do that. I mean they can, but I think they're nervous.
Her steak got to be
My
cooked
steak
well
needs to be
done.
well done.
Listen, if
Well, it just
it's
needs to
too
have no
burnt,
pink.
it's got to go
That's
back.
all.
If it's a tiny bit of pink in one spot, she'll be like, no. Maybe a little bit of pink somewhere, and the whole other rest of it be done, and you'd be like, no, I see bread, I'm done.
I just asked them no
She's
pink.
hard.
I
She's
just
hard.
say no pink. I just don't.
She's hard to cook for.
Yeah, so sometimes I just be like, you know what? It's okay. Don't even worry. They be like, you want me to take it back? Nope, I'll put it in the oven myself. I'll put it in the oven myself. So most of the time, if I do get a steak, it's like
You need your
I'll just
salmon
take it
brown as I
home
don't
and
know
I'll put it in the oven myself. You don't even have to worry about it, cause then they'll take it back there and it still be like, nah. She said, I'm done. Somebody that was cooking food at a store went inside of his shirt and scratched his back with the
Stop.
Ew! With the spatula he was cooking with. That right there is just disgusting. That is just so I don't even know. Like I probably wouldn't even be able to hold my tongue that day. I'd probably be like, sir, did you really just use the spatula to scratch your back? That is disgusting.
You know what's
And
funny,
like
y'all?
to think that that's okay. Is it like people think? I think people think that their germs are like not like they don't have germs. Like you just feel like
Oh
it's
no,
okay.
Anissa, that's
I went to
disgusting.
McDonald's some years back, and the girl who did my fried dug in her ears, and I asked for my money back. That's
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
nasty.
That's
Folks be tripping
disgusting.
though, but oh man, I lost my train of thoughts. I was gonna say too about
That's
something like that.
disgusting. I'm sorry, I just took us all off of topic,
It's
but
okay.
but yeah, y'all, we're gonna finish this conversation. Well, piggyback off of this conversation, I guess, another time. But that, yeah, the stuff people do, I just don't understand, and I'm still trying to understand why people feel like even in fast food restaurants and different places, like why y'all don't wear gloves? Like, what is it? I don't understand. Put some gloves on them fingers, please. Like, we don't want you caressing our food with your bare fingers. That just, mm-mm. Y'all, I could go on and on this subject, so I'm gonna just
No,
leave it
no,
alone because the man
enjoying
of
it
God
too.
is just looking at me like,
No,
okay,
I'm
be
good.
quiet
No, go
now.
ahead. You keep going. I'm good.
I run a kitchen at a nursing home. I see everything at restaurants because I know so many foods. Say, oh my gosh, I know. It's so funny. I used to want to be a food inspector, like to go to the different restaurants because I will
Oh
shut you down.
no!
I will
Cook
shut
licked
you
his
down.
fingers and
These
touched
are the reasons
the
I stopped
meat.
working food. Yes, food service in college. The cook licked his fingers and then no, no, no. See, that's I can't. I cannot. I cannot. That's true. That's true. People do crazy stuff with gloves too. I just feel a little more comfortable. Like at Wawa, like when I go to Wawa,
Wow, wow.
I watch them put there because the kids like the croissants there. So I'll go there in the morning and I'll watch them grab the new gloves out of there and put it. I'll be like, I think y'all don't understand how much I be wanting to celebrate them. I'll be like, thank you so much for doing that. And they be looking at me like I'm crazy. But I'm like, yes, because people just won't do it. They'll be touching everything with their gloves and use the same ones to take out the trash and
You're
then touch your
random, bro.
food. So, like to see you get new gloves, that's blessing my heart right now. That's blessing my heart. These are the oh yes, yes, yes. That's how I used to be when I used to work in Dunkin' Donuts. I saw craziness. Like I remember the one lady, she came. This was like when we were kind of busy. She went on the side, and she was rubbing her feet, like her bare feet.
Yeah, are you serious?
While we were there, yes, while we were there,
Okay.
And then did not wash her hands, did not put gloves back on. She just felt like it was okay. And I'm like, ma'am. And then I remember other times they would have sour milk. To this day, I took like when I this is when I was in high school or college actually, and I would tell my mom, and like we would not go to that Dunkin' Donuts at all. But now I'm still leery about just it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. I cringe with the fast food industry, and now especially with some of the like especially with the younger kids, because it's like now it's like hygiene is becoming less and less,
Oh
like people are
yeah.
becoming less and less aware of
Oh, don't
hygiene.
even
That's
don't
a
even,
whole, we're gonna go into this conversation next week because it's my turn. We will get into it because I wrote it down and I'm
that was
excited
what
to
you gonna
talk
talk
about it.
about?
Yes, that's one of the things I was going to talk about.
Lord have mercy.
But yes,
Child, I be man, these kids. Lord have mercy.
imagine a part. I know, Anissa. I think about that all the time. That's why I'm telling you. I be praying hard when I be going to these restaurants. Lick like dropping your food. I know, on the floor in the back and putting it back on your plate. I stopped eating fast food years ago because I've heard stories. Yes, I hate to see people scratch their hair with their glove. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother. That's a whole the hair situation. And then don't you let me find no hair in my food. It's just like I remember it was something. It was a I don't know, it was a commercial or something where they had this is crazy, but somebody had pulled their hair, like they ate most of their food, and it was like a fork full left, and they pulled their hair out and put it in there. For like, I'm not eating this. It's hair in my food, and it was like
Oh
it literally
no.
like they ate everything except for like a little bit that was left,
They
and
was
they
trying
put
to get
their
some
hair
money.
there. It was like I'm not eating this. Like they didn't put it there. I just thought that was so funny. It was like a commercial or a video or something I saw like a while ago. I just thought that was so funny. But when it's somebody else, that's disrespectful. But anyway, thank you guys so much for getting on. I know. Look, we all gonna be like, nope. I mean, we don't really get fast food no more. The kids
Yeah,
be
kids,
asking
kids be
for
asking for
it,
McDonald's and all
so
that,
that's
but
the only time.
we
Yeah,
get
that's
Chick
the
Fil
only.
A.
We'll get Chick-fil-A, and we just pray. We just pray because the youth there seem a little, though we don't know what's going on in the back. We just pray. We just believe God for that because
Believe.
it's crazy out in these streets with this, especially fast food and restaurants. I've heard too much about them. But thank you guys for getting on with us tonight, for
Absolutely.
chatting with us. We should block this for because you know how everybody always go back and watch it. We hear about it afterwards, and a lot of people do the replay. But
I
we
ain't
thank the
blocking. We ain't say
guys
nothing
that
crazy.
we. No. I meant like change the privacy for just the people that
What's the point of doing that?
because we should have been on and popping. But thank you guys for getting on, for sharing, for talking.
Yeah.
We really appreciated the communication on tonight, for staying on with us. And again, as we always say, if you have any topics or anything that you want us to talk about, you can always email us at desandyawiggins@gmail.com. It's the whole word and between it, desandyawiggins@gmail.com. You can also message us with some things that you want us to talk about. We're always open to it. And we hope you join us next Saturday. We're on Saturday at 9:30. So join us and talk with us, chat with us, share it, like, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Alrighty. Catch y'all. Bye bye.
Catch y'all. Why, why you do that? That's why I had that on there.
Oh, sorry.